Hey, what's up, Boxers? This is Zach Rosette with Buildbox. In this video, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and just freestyle on this one. So I don't have anything planned right now. I did have one thing that I wanted to do, and that was make a game that has not only multiple worlds, but multiple game controls. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to do that, and I've never done it before. So I'm going to just try to make it happen in this game, and I'm going to start off with a preset here that Danny made. This is from part of the Master 2 collection bonus, and this was a couple of presets that Danny had made. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select the jetpack one, because I really like the jetpack one. Okay, cool. So here's the jetpack game. I'm going to move this off to the side here. Probably be looking at that again later. And let's go ahead and just play it as is and see what this game's all about. Okay, cool. Nice, I got it on debug mode. I'm going to take it off of debug mode right now. Okay, nice. We got this little character who's hopping around and it looks pretty cool. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm going to keep that game. I'm going to keep the jetpack style game. And I'm going to add a couple other style games as well. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create another world and another world UI. And right now they're just copies, but eventually I'm going to make this a little bit different. So with this one here, I need to hook up another. Game to this main menu, or this another world to this main menu. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna look for some artwork real fast that I might be able to use for a separate world. So this is part of the Everything collection. This is what you'll get when you have gotten the Everything collection. You'll get all this artwork here. And let's see if we can't find a couple good UI buttons here. Okay, so you know what, let's go with, I think there's a couple different play buttons here. Some of them are glossy and some of them are not. I think I might go with a glossy, might go with something like this, or actually more like this, like a nice kind of like this one here has got a kind of a glossy shine to it. So I might do that one first here. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my main menu, and I'm going to replace this first start button with a little play button here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going back this way, and I'm going to take another play button that's kind of glossy. Yeah, like this one right here. This one's kind of similar, but it's just a little bit glossier. I'm going to make it a navigation button. So this one I'm going to call World 1. And this one I'm going to call World 2. Make this maybe just a little bit bigger. And call this World 2. And I'll make this a navigation button as well, so I'll just leave it as default. And then let's go ahead and change the background on this as well. So let's see here. So I'm going to look for a background. Let's see here. I think I'm going to use probably something from the jetpack background. So we've got this, particles. Okay. You know what? I think we could probably use a couple of these guys would be good. So let's go ahead. I'll throw this guy in for my background. And then I'm going to throw in a couple different decorations. So I'll throw in this as an image decoration. And then I'll also throw in this one as a decoration. Maybe a couple of these guys too. Like an enemy obstacle would be cool. So I'll throw in this as an image. And yeah, I think that'll be good. So I'll move this off to the side. Okay, now I'm going to take this image, I'm going to move it to the back. And I'll move this down. And I think I might flip this upside down just to make this look a little better. Okay, cool. Yeah, I kind of like the look of this. And then the next thing that I might do is I'd like to do some sort of logo splash, I think. So let's see here if I can't find a logo splash. Here we go. Here's a couple. Yeah, you know, I was thinking maybe just doing something like, You know, this one's not too bad. It kind of matches the other ones a little bit. So maybe I'll use this one. And so I'll go ahead and I'll keep this small, but I'll bring this in as an image as well. So let's drag this in here as an image, and I'll shrink it down like this and make this come up to the front. Here we go. So right now we don't have any sort of, we don't have a game title or anything like that. That's weird. I'm gonna move it up just a little bit. Okay, cool. Maybe make a couple of these little guys. Okay, something like this. All right, and I know this isn't great. I'm just using a couple different logo splashes, and the background doesn't really match this this background, but I was just kind of using this as an example. So let's go ahead and move on. So I'm going to hook up World 2, and I'm going to call this one World 2. And let's hook up World 2 to World 2. Probably hook them up like this. Make this be World 1. Okay, cool. So here's the thing I want to do. I want to make World 1. Right now, the world is going to the right because it's just a copy of the regular jetpack preset. But let's go ahead and try to make it go upwards. So I'm going to make the direction go up -90 degrees. Let's see here, -90 degrees. And then I'm going to make gravity on this one 0. So let's take a look at this. Okay, cool. So now you can see that the direction is going upwards instead. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my background here, I'm going to unlock it, I'm going to stretch it out this way, and then I'm going to make sure that I'm going to set the speed to 0, so I don't want that background moving. And then I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to rotate it around like this, and I might as well just do it exact, make it exact. So I'll do a rotation of 90, and then I'll move it over here, just like that. And then I'll do this a rotation of -90. Oops, I put -900. And then I'll move that over here like this. And then I'm going to get rid of this guy. And I'm going to get rid of this platform as well. Okay, cool. And I think I might need to move this in a little bit. Okay, awesome. So right now, the game is set so that the character moves here and then it propels the game forward. But I want it to be moving upwards now. So I'm going to move this character here into the center. I'm going to switch the rotation to from 90 to 0. And then I'm going to make this one be gray. Let's see here. That be gray. This will be yellow. And then this will be yellow. And we'll have the red bar kill you if you go too far. Okay, cool. So I think that's good. I might bring this bar down just a little bit. Move the enemies up here where it makes sense. And then let's check this one. I'll remove this bar as well. Okay. Now right now there's going to be a lot of different character settings with this. And first thing I want to do is check the collision shape. Okay, so the collision shape needs to be fixed. I'll go ahead and throw this in here. Okay, it looks a little bit better. A little bit more exact. Okay, so I'll exit out of that. Okay, nice. And let's go ahead and set some of the character settings. So what I want for this character is I don't want him moving in the X direction here. I don't want him moving the X direction. I actually don't want the character moving at all. I want the character to only move when the player is touching the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my world UI. I'm going to get rid of this jumping character button. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it into move left, a move left button. Move left, and then I'll copy and paste it. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. See here, grab move left, copy and paste, and then I'll make another one right here, and then this will be move right. So I want the player to be able to hit the right side of the screen and the left side of the screen and be able to propel themselves left and right. So I'm going to make both of these component actions instead. So this one is a component action. This one's going to be a component action. This is going to be move left and move right. Okay, awesome. And then let's go ahead and let's start testing some of this stuff out. So I'm going to go back to my world, and oops, that's world 1. I want to go to world 2. Did I change the world 1 UI instead? Yes, I did. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hook this one up to this one and this one up to this one and just switch because I messed up. But it's really easy with Buildbox. If you make a mistake, it's pretty easy to cover your tracks. Okay, cool. So problem solved. So now I hooked up my world 2 in the way I want it to. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hook up those buttons I just made to this character. So I'm going to add components. I'm going to add an advanced move. I'm going to hook up the move left button. And then I'm going to make it so that it moves in the X direction -10 and the Y direction 15. And I'm going to make it replace. And I'll do the same thing with move right. So I'll make this move 10 and make this move 15. Now, where I got this idea to make multiple worlds that have multiple controls is from my buddy Darius's game, Face Bump. And I remember playing that game for the first time and it having it felt like it had a bunch of little games inside of one another, where you had it was like you were getting more bang for your buck. You had got 3 games in one. And so I've always wanted to do that, but I've never tried it. So I'm going to keep trying it right now. Now, one thing I know is that I want to make advanced moves for, let's see here, I've got 2 advanced moves. I'm going to make another advanced move for move left and move right. And here's what I want to happen. When the character releases the move left, I want them to stop. I don't want them to keep going. As soon as they release, I want it to be over with, that they stop moving. I wanted this to be more of like a timing game. So we're going to do that for move left, and then we'll add an advanced move for move right. We'll make both the linear velocity and the X and the Y direction be 0. We'll replace it and give it a timeout, a real short timeout. Okay, so let's see if this even is working right now. So this is world 2, and okay, you know what I didn't do though is I didn't hook it up to my keyboard. So let me do that real quick so that it's really easy for me. So I'm just going to go right with that one and left with that one, and then let's go back to our world and play it. Okay, here we go. Nice. Interesting. Okay, so it's moving left, but it's not moving right. So let's see why that's happening. So we're going to go here, move right. Got this. Okay, cool. Move right, stick to edge. Let's see here. Maybe it's because I am overlapping a little bit. I don't think so. Let's move that just like that. This one, I'm going to make sure that it is, make sure that it is right. Okay, and then let's double check that the component action is working correctly. So let's check move right. So move right is going to replace, it's going to go 10 in the X direction, also positive in the 15 plus in the Y direction. Should be good. Okay, activate on release. Oh, that's what it is. So move right needs to activate on release as well, because what I'm doing is I'm hitting move right and it's doing both of these things. I've got 2 things hooked up to it. So now it should be working perfectly. So let's go ahead and test this out real quick. Okay, cool. Nice, nice, nice. I don't really like the cloud moving over there on the left. I'm going to go ahead and stop the movement on these 2 here. I'm going to stop the speed, slow that down. And then slow this one down too, so there should be stopped. And then let's go ahead and play. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like this. And then we still have our world 1, but that one's not working anymore because we got rid of the jump action, because we changed the character to have no jump force. So let's go to that world and fix our first world. So right now, this character has no jump force. So when we're hitting the jump button, it's not doing anything. So I think what we'll go ahead and do is we'll give it some jump force. You know what, better yet, let's do another component action. Let's go ahead and make this world UI, this one right here. I'll make this a component action, and we'll make this we'll keep it as a jump just for right now, and then let's go ahead and set that jump button to move the character over. So let's do add a component, an advanced move. Let's make a move 10 and 15 or 20. 10 and 20. And then we'll replace, it'll be on the jump button, and there'll be no timeout. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and test this now. So our first world, okay, cool. You know what? He's not moving to the right fast enough. I don't like that. So I'm going to fix that right now. So I'm going to give this about 15. And I might even give this a little bit of a boost too. I might do 25. All right, let's test this out. Okay. Nice. Okay, cool. So this is more like our original jetpack. It's a little bit more, has a little bit more force in the jumping than I would like. So I'm going to change that back to 20. And but here's what's so cool. So we've got this one world here, and we're jumping, and it's like the jetpack world. And then if you go back here, then you've got this world. You got a completely different game. So you've got like 2 games in one already. And we can start making this, we can start building out our world and start making things a little bit more complicated. Like for this one right here, I was thinking more like it was more about timing and stuff, right? So I was thinking that maybe we could do something like this. Like, let me just go ahead and check our enemies. I'm going to change one of these enemies. I'm going to hit D on my keyboard and make this one be side to side. Okay, and so I'm going to bring in a side to side character. Alright, and what I'll do is I'll bring in a logic transform here. Do this guy. Maybe I'll do one here and hit W on my keyboard and do another one. I'm going to delete some of these guys. And this one's alright. I can just leave this one here. So I'll make sure that these guys, I'm going to actually delete that one too. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this enemy move in the X direction, +5, and I'm going to make this one, the affected asset, be side to side, and once it hits this wall it's going to move to the right, to the X direction 5 as well. But what I want to do is I'm going to hit D on my keyboard, make a copy of that transform, and I'm going to make this one hit it back, make it go -5. So it'll go 5 across this way and then hit this one and go -5 across this way, and the affected asset is side to side. So it's already set to 5. It's going to move, hit this, it's going to go -5, hit this, and it's going to go 5. It'll bounce back and forth. So let's go ahead and switch these up and see if we can't do a little movement, add a little bit to this. So this is our second one. Okay, cool. Oh, for some reason this one didn't move. Let's see here. That's weird. So let's check this. This is an enemy. Forgot to do that. These need to be enemies. And this is moving 5, and then it's moving side to side. Okay, so this is side to side. It should be working. So let's double check that. I'm gonna hit start again. Okay, so let's go ahead and test this out. All right, now something's going on here. It should be. Something's weird because both of these are hitting it and it's not going. Oh, here's why. It's set to add. It needs to be replaced. This one needs to be replaced as well. Oh goodness gracious. Okay, well that's it. That's going to be super easy. Look, now it'll work fine. Perfect. And so I was thinking that we could do more of like a timing game where you have like a second to stop, and the camera's still moving, so you can't stop for too long before all of a sudden you die. So I do want a little bit of sense of urgency, but I don't want it to just keep going and going and going. I want you to be able to kind of stop and then like pivot and switch and move over. So I'm going to go ahead and build out another scene here, but I'm going to do it real fast, bullet time, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like after. So let's see what this looks like. This is going to look a little crazy, I have a feeling. Okay, cool. Got those moving side to side. You got them moving back and forth. Okay, cool. I like that. It was a little bit more tricky, a little bit more difficult, so we had to kind of wait See how they're bouncing back and forth? I think that works. I think that's a good, that is the kind of gameplay that I'm looking for. Ah, darn it, I died. Okay. But that's kind of the feel. I was thinking we could do a lot more with this. We could do portals and paths, and we could do more transforms and stuff. But we're going to go ahead and end it here today. I just wanted to use this as an example on how to create not only multiple worlds, but multiple game controls for those worlds. So I hope you thought this video was useful, and if you want to see more videos like this, then please like this video and subscribe to our channel.
Like and subscribe.